Good morning here with Stabila, and I'm glad to be part of CEO's very first virtual online open house. I'd much prefer to be in store with you guys right now, but unfortunately that's not the reality that we're living with. So we're going to make the best of the situation, and I'm here for the next hour to walk you through the Stabila product line. So we're going to cover off the range of measuring tools that I've got here in my kitchen. They may not look like it. And we're also going to utilize some of the YouTube videos that our US marketing department has so that you guys can get a grasp of some of the on-site applications. It'll be difficult for me to convey over the online presentation. So with that said, I just want to thank you guys for joining me, and I look forward to going through the product range with you. Also a big thank you to Paul and Matt over at CEO for putting this on, and hopefully in the future we can see each other face to face. So a brief history about Stabila. If you're not aware of the company, where have you been? They've been around for 130 years. So they're a German manufacturer of specialty measuring and layout equipment. So the thing that they're probably most renowned for or known for in people's mind is their spirit level products, but they do have a full range of measuring equipment that is available, and we're going to walk through that stuff today. So as I said, manufactured in Germany, over 130 years of product development and product excellence. So with that said, we're going to go through what really makes a Stabila spirit level what it is. And aside from the fact that it's manufactured in Germany to the utmost exacting standards, it all really comes down to the fundamentals of how they manufacture. And what we're going to get into to start with is the vial. You can see this one here. It's a little keychain that we'll give out at shows and whatnot. And that is just symbolic of what's inside the level. This is manufactured to a similar spec, but upon completion, it didn't actually pass the test. So rather than just throw them out, they turn them into keychains. But the only thing that's going to go into your spirit level is something that is of the utmost quality. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a couple of displays here to outline what is going on. I just got to close this window in front of me. My apologies. So I've got two 16-inch levels here. I'll try to get them a little bit closer there. The one on the top is a cutaway version. The one on the bottom is what we call a drop me level. So I'll illustrate why that's not of a massive amount of concern to me by showing you what goes on inside of a Stabila level. So it all starts with the aluminum extrusions. So these are milled over in Germany, and they're ensured to be completely straight and flat. From there, the magic really happens with the vial block setup. So it starts with a piece of Lexan, which is a polycarbonate bulletproof glass, basically, and they CNC machine that out. So to get the vial, they're using a CNC machine, and it may be hard to see on the feed there, but they even mill in the rings. So when you look at the spirit level, those two lines there are actually rings that are inserted by hand into the level. So it remains accurate. They're not going to fade over time, and they allow it to be read at pretty much any angle. So you will see, and I'll pull the vial back up for you to take a closer look, but there's also some gapping on either side of the bubble relative to those rings. That's a temperature variance. So the reason that a spirit level is called a spirit level is because back in the day, they actually used to use spirits so that it wouldn't freeze. So we don't have the same product inside of those today. They're still referred to as spirit levels. But what that allows for, I'll just pick that back up, is for that bubble to expand and contract, and it's always going to remain within those rings. So you've got an accurate read. So once they've manufactured the vial, they ensure, and you can see on the front of it there, in this series of level, that they're going to be a match vial system, and they're going to read in the top and bottom position to 0 or 0.029 degrees, which over a 6-foot span, that translates into a 32nd of an inch. So that is the worst accuracy on the worst day that you're ever going to get out of any of their products. And they're all checked at the factory multiple times to ensure that that is how they work. Each one of those vials gets put into one of these plastic blocks, and I'm going to pull the end cap off, and we can discuss that really quickly. These are what you would think of as sacrificial end caps. They're shock absorbed, so when you drop them, a lot of the times they will fall on their end, and that will help absorb the shock. They also do permit, and I'll show you when I get some of the longer levels out, you to hold it up against a wall with one finger. There's little standoffs that'll actually grab onto things. But you can see inside that extrusion, if I can get it just right on the camera there, once they've mounted the vial block, they slide it into the aluminum extrusion. Well, to get a super accurate level, you've got to have that aligned with the frame properly. Maybe difficult to see, but there's an epoxy resin. You'll see the contact points down in the corners. So an epoxy resin gets injected into the frame, and then that gets put up against the micrometer and it gets dialed in properly. It gets set aside for a 24-hour period and that resin hardens. So in essence, when that is complete and hardened, if you happen, I think, my apologies, we may have lost some signal there. I'm not 100% sure where we left off at, but I'm just going to kind of pick up from where I was because I'm not sure where the video cut out. So accuracy, quality, durability, that's what you're getting when you buy a Stabila product. So I'm just going to put those back. Pardon me for stepping out of frame. So another thing that I'll mention just while we're on that is that there's a full range, and you can see in the background behind me, of bags available for every spirit level product that we've got, starting from our 4-foot bags right up to 7-foot bags for our 7-12 plate levels. So when you're making an investment in a quality product like this, I would certainly recommend that if you want to maintain its accuracy, that you store it and treat it well, and certainly maybe add a Stabila bag to your purchase so that you can ensure that they're kept clean, they're kept safe, and you can also keep them together. They've got multiple pockets, as you can see. So with that said, I'm going to move on to the frame styles that we've got available. And I'll take this opportunity to let you guys know that for the open house, that CEO is offering a 10% discount on the Stabila products. So you can certainly reach out to them in store via the phone and figure out what you may need. You can also reference the Stabila website and know that anything that is available can be purchased through Canadian Equipment Outfitters. They are one of our certified full-line distribution partners, so they carry a very wide range of product and have access to the entire Stabila range of products. So bear that in mind when you're looking for your next level products. So we're going to move through the different frame styles now, just so you can get an understanding of the scope of what's going on. And we're going to start with the measuring stick. These are available in a 2-foot and a 4-foot version. They're a lighter duty frame, so this extrusion is basically flat. You'll see, I'll get it up a little bit closer there, that you've got measurements on it. So think of like a yardstick integrated into a level. It's also got the standoffs that I mentioned previously, and you've got the level and 2 plumb vials on that setup. So that's one of the lighter duty frame styles we have. When you get into the next series, this is the 80AS series, and I'm going to show you one of our newer products. This is a 12-inch toolbox model that we've got, and we've also just launched an 8-inch. I haven't gotten my sample for that yet due to some delays with shipping with COVID, but this is basically a box version of what would be typically thought of more as a torpedo level. So this is our 80AS series. So these extrusions have a little bit more structure to them. They've got some redesigned end caps on them. This particular model, you've got a plumb and level vial with it. So that gives you a little bit more strength. Now, we also get into some more specialized ones, so we'll break away from this. This is our 80T series. So these are a keyhole designed level that allow you to vary, it's really hard to see on frame there, the length of the level so that you can get maximum coverage over what it is that you're working with. A cool thing about this product, and I'm going to have a video to show you shortly, on our redesigned jammer set, and it includes a new version of this. The idea with a product like this is that you want to have maximum coverage on whatever you're measuring. One of the cool features that this product has is on the top, let's do this here, you can see that it's got measurements on it, and you can actually utilize those measurements to figure out the opening size. You'll see there's 2 measurements. There's the ones on top and the ones on the bottom, when you get to where the end of the metal frame is, right now I've got that out to about 41 inches, give or take, but it makes it really easy to also get your measurements as well. So you can use this, doors and windows, particularly popular with installs on that, and you can lock it in place, and that ensures that that frame is going to remain completely accurate to Stabila qualities and standards. So that's the 80T series. We've got it available in 2 sizes on their own, and we'll cover off what's available in the new jammer set shortly. From there, we're going to move on to our 196 series, which is the most popular series in North America. And this is our second most heavy-duty product. I'm also going to mention that there's a full line of magnetics as well. This one here happens to be in the magnetic range, but you can get it in magnetic or non-magnetic. And these are rare earth or neodymium magnets. Very, very strong, very powerful. I'll show you with one of the smaller torpedo levels with it grabbing onto this pole, just so you can get a sense of the strength of these. But if you get this onto a steel door frame or a steel door, if you're putting it onto a scaffolding or anything like that, it's not going to go anywhere. They're very, very strong, very, very powerful. So again, these ones, this particular style, you've got some handholds through it. You've got those anti-shock ends on them. And the extrusions, as I pull this end cap off, are just that much more robust. So you can see there's a lot more structure in one of these levels. So you want to match the frame style to your working style, basically. If you're a little bit rougher on your tools, I'd always recommend going with the 196 series because it is that more robust frame style. And within that line, and popular certainly with Canadian equipment outfitter customers, are the Mason series. So this is the same product, but we've actually got a strike shield on top. So as you're laying your bricks and blocks and you want to tap down, you're not going to do any damage to the actual level. It does inhibit using it in the upside down because you're not going to get an accurate read there, but you can top read these, so you've got a cutout right there, so you can easily see where your measurements are at. If I had the longer one here, when you're using it in the plumb position, the actual vial is in a lower position, so it's easier to read as you're building walls. So that's the Mason series. Now, if those frames are not strong enough for you, we've got one more solution, and it's our R-beam, another very popular one with the masonry trades and with landscapers as well. So we call it the R-beam because the level is shaped like an R. So this structural design actually makes it 120% stronger than the 196 series. You've got a continuous handhold along the entire length of this, so it makes it very comfortable to grab it anywhere. It also improves the strength and durability of the frame because there's not very many inclusion holes through it. So that is the strongest level that Stabila manufactures. And for those of you that are a little extra hard on your stuff, I would definitely think about going with the R-beam. So you can get that right up to 8 feet. It's also available in a kit. They've got them in the store as kits. They've also got pretty much the full line of our kits in store of the 196 series. So that kind of covers off the range. We're just going to take a quick look now at the torpedoes. So there's a full line of torpedo levels as well. Everything from a 2-vial non-magnetic version to the magnetic version of the same level. So that's got the neodymium magnets in it, and it's a plumb and level vial. I'll get that on there so you can see just how strong they are. I've got another one here. This one's got integrated slope rings on it. This is more for plumbing and running pipe. You've got a 45-degree vial as well as your plumb vial. This one's got the cool feature of having a grooved bottom, and it's actually got a screwed-in magnet. Anyone that's doing torch work or getting too much heat near these, I'd recommend using this product here because it's going to allow you to get it onto pipes, and it's also going to prevent the magnet from loosening, the epoxies that hold those in from loosening with the heat that's being built up. So that kind of covers off the line of products that we've got available for you. In the spirit levels, we've got a couple of specialty ones that we're just going to touch on now quick. before I get to the first video. I'm going to be challenged not to run over my time. I've been known to ramble a little bit, so hopefully we can fit this all in within the hour. If we were in the store, I'd probably have the whole day to ramble and rant. So what we're going to look at now is some of our specialty ones. So this is the Tech 700 digital angle tool. So I'm going to turn this on and we'll try to get it up a little closer to you. So this is an IP65 rated product and it's going to find your angles for you. I'm going to turn the light on here. There we go. Might not be able to see it too well. So it does have an illuminated vial, makes it a little bit easier to read. And you can see that it will read your angles all the way past about 270. We'll get that up there. If you happen to need it for any miters, it's actually got the handy feature of halving your measurement. Sorry, I'm just trying to look at this. So you can hit that button and it'll actually halve your measurement. So you can take that measurement back to the saw and get a good cut. Another cool feature about this level, which is hard to show kind of on the screen here, is the offset of this arm allows you to get a very positive stop if you're going up against something to scribe or to mark it or to measure it. So it makes scribing off those measurements a lot easier. So that is our Tech 700 DA series. I've got it in an 18 and a 32-inch version as well. So, and then last, and certainly not least, is our most popular product actually in North America. Keep holding everything upside down, my apologies, is our Tech Level. So this is a 196 series frame with an IP65 rated module. This module allows you, I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to actually, well, we'll let the sensor go for a second. It's going to be pretty loud when we turn it on, so we won't leave it on for too long. But you can see that it's going to register. Right now I've got it in the most accurate setting, which is to the second decimal point, but you can switch modes. I'm going to go to 1 decimal point just so it's easier for me to get it to tone out, but it will tell you as you get closer to level. Obviously I do not have steady enough hands. You can illuminate it so you can get it backlit. It'll tell you whether you got to go up or down. I'm going to switch modes here just so you can see, and I'll turn the sound off so that it's not in competition for me talking to you guys. So let's get that there with not too much glare. So you can get it in percentage of slope as well. You can get it in millimeters over meters. You can get it in inches over feet, or you can even see it as a fraction. One of the cool things about this as well is you can hit a reference measurement. So I'm going to get it back to degrees. Let's say you wanted to do a repeated slope. So we'll just put it up here for a second. It's hard to do in reverse. And let's say that's our reference measurement. We can hit that and that becomes the new 0. So you can take that from one spot and reference that measurement over and over and over and over and over again and have complete control over that. So a very, very useful product when figuring out slope. You can also use the audible feature as a hands-free if you're trying to level something and you're not where the level is. You can audibly hear that it's finding level. And that is available in a wide range of sizes. You got a 2 foot, 4 foot, and 6 foot available, all with that same Tech module in it. So IP65 rated, so that's dust and water protection. So that's going to cover off the spirit level line of products. I've got a video that I'm going to queue up in just a second, and I'll just let you know what it's going to cover. So one of our other most popular products, it's one of our sets. It's called a jammer set. And what it has in it is a 72-inch level, and typically it has a 32-inch. So the idea is to do the header and the jam side of a door frame. Well, we've redesigned it, and we've actually added in a modified version of this ADT series level. So we just launched that within the last month and a half. And I've got Rich Morris that I'm going to queue up. He's going to walk you through how the product works, why you would want to use a product like this, and how it might benefit you in your install process. So I'm going to queue that up. When it's done, we'll be back. We're going to go through some other products.
George with Stabila. Today I want to talk about our new jammer set. A traditional jammer set is with a fixed 32-inch tire level for your traditional openings. We're still going to offer the magnetic version with a 32-inch. These steel door jams are more comfortable together. Well, the frame's not going to you don't get that traditional equipment you would have on the frame. So what I thought was the reason why somebody would want to extend the level. We don't have your own size, perfect door size, doesn't really exist. So from a linen closet that's 24 inches, I'll up your entry door so you can grow it 40. So that being said, I'm going to do the fundamentals of what the benefits are of an extended level. The 80T, like I said, comes from 24 to 40. Has a scale on top and it's Eqipment. Should know exactly where to lock your door. Has a little plunger on the backside, so you put it in there and you pull it out. So no other special. So after I lock this in the door, just some color camera on the frame. So now this level is perfectly straight in line. So the door open, but before we get started, we'll come up there about a couple things. This is going to let us know where the top corner is that frame to be in or out. Do we have drywall where the mud is actually built up on the outside corners? Because the way they hung the drywall, they didn't see that. You might see some build up of mud in those corners. So I'm just going to go ahead and check my walls for fun. Carpenter built this one, actually did a pretty nice job. It's actually perfect. So now what we're going to do is we'll check it before. This is why this step is so important. This is the first time we actually set the exact boring size we need. Case study, case of carpenter the jam installation. So we already know that I had to set at 34 inches. So that's a jam light to jam light. I'd actually be set to 35 inches. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and verify the floor in or out. If the floor is out, we simply lay our jam down, mark the 1/8 inch off if we're off an 8. Or that side of jam light, whatever's out, standard for jam. Now that we've done that, the jam will be up in place. And we're going to tap 2 shims up these top corners. Now what we're going to do is stop the jam from falling out. The reason why we're doing this way is because our doors are not on site. See why they're not on site? They can be acclimating to the job site conditions. We might not have a heat on or another air conditioning windows, doors, or whatever the case may be. When it comes to high-end millwork finishers, the homeowner builder decides to keep those doors outside, keep them like that until we're done. We can already see this jam finisher that was pretty beat up as well. So here we go. So what I do is I verify that the jam is not in place. We'll say the floor was in or out. Jam's out. So now we check that out. If they were reestablished what side of that jam like it was needed to go up, we should be pretty much spot on. So we're moving forward just on the head level right above that. So I'm just confirming that the head is perfect. What I do now is we're going to change those top corners. I'm sure I can finish that right top corners. This is where it gets good. So take my 78-inch level, and we go down the inside of one side of the door, and I'm going to make sure that this is perfectly plumb, and it's going to go to the frame. And now as I slide in my shims right above those hinges, I'm going to go ahead and shoot my finish nails right in there, all the way down the bottom. Now that side is stitched up. This is where we have some fun. So now what we do is we've already set this level for 34 inches. So I'm going to put my open. I'm going to put it aside. You guys can see exactly what's happening there. You can see that it's tight, 34 inches and 10. What I'm going to do is I've already established that this side is perfectly long. It's still up. So now what we're doing is putting the strut side of the jam to the left. So we can slide our shims right on in there, right to the side, tighten up, and shoot up in there. Now we open the door. It's like traditional, and close that door and set the wheels. So now what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to set my door directly, and I'm going to tighten up that door frame right to the edge of that. So once I get the shim started, I'm going to shim it from the other side. So you don't have to twist like you traditionally see when people only shim from one side. That's tightened up my level now. As you can see, I just tightened up the level. I'm using it as a spreader is what I'm actually doing. So I'm going to keep that perfectly close so you guys can see what's happening there. I tighten up to it. Now, even if I'm still reading 34 inches, so we know all things good. What I can do now is I can take a finish nail and I would shoot one pin right there. So now what I'll show you is exactly how long this side of the jam is using this process so that HOD is a spreader. So that along here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our 78-inch level and I'm going to put it on the edge of this jam line. Right chapter is open. We can see that we're perfectly plumb and there is no whips to this frame. It's perfectly plumb and straight all the way down. So the reason why we would do that is we've actually maintained the door opening. Take a jump shot and hit it for 78 level. So you know that there's no strange whips or rolls. Then we come back, of course, when cases go out, we get to paint this, when our slabs show up, What we do is simply grab that door slab, and bring it right out. If it's a solid core door, you know they're heavy, so I'm using these door alleys, and door slab, and I actually go ahead and set our door and put it into place. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Rich Morris with Stabila.
Okay, guys, so that covers off the new jammer set. Thank you very much, Rich Morris, for walking us through that new product with the demo. And we're going to keep going. Sorry for all these pop-ups. Keep going with our presentation. So there's one more spirit level that I want to get into, and it's just over that shoulder there. And I've also got a video because, again, it's going to be really difficult for me to show you on site how this product functions, but it's certainly, again, one of our more popular products. So this is one of our plate levels, a product that Stabila invented and has perfected. So this product here, I'm going to kind of pull it down this way so that you can see, is our 6 to 10 foot version. This is designed for framing carpenters to plumb up walls, and it is designed to go from plate to plate so that you can ensure that that wall is plumb and not rely on the straightness, forgive me, of the studs, because unless you're building with perfectly straight wood, that's not going to be the case. So this product here is designed, I'm going to take that off for a second, to go from 6 feet, which I'll show you. That lets you know that I'm not super tall. 6 feet, and as you extend this out, get a little closer here for you. You can go right up to 10 feet with this. So a wall anywhere from 6 to 10 feet, you're going to be able to utilize this product here. Once it's out as far as you need it to, you can get it locked in place. Now, while we're on the lock mechanism, I'm going to let you know that this is designed to be a wearable part. It is available as a replacement accessory. So over multiple, probably thousands of uses, you will start to wear down the nylon that's inside of this, and you're going to want to replace it when it gets to a point where this slide doesn't lock in place. That's letting you know that to maintain the accuracy of this level, you need to replace that. So now, one of the cool things about this, when you're building a wall on the ground and you want to get it up into place, you're going to want to brace that wall. And that brace is typically going to impede your ability to get anything leveled up against it. So what Stabila has designed are these standoffs. So come a little closer here. So it's got this little orientation pin. You're just going to center that in the hole, and you're going to put that on. What that'll allow you to do, I'll just grab a little piece of 2x4 here, is do a nice little reach around the brace so that you're still going plate to plate and getting that perfect, accurate measurement. So I've got a video here that's going to show you what goes on when you're using the plate level on site. Again, we're going to go visit Rich Morris on a job site, and I will be back momentarily.
Hey guys, Rich Morris with Stabila. Today we're at job site. We're opening up walls, we're getting the first floor framed, then we're jump up to the second floor and start our walls on the second floor. I want to show you guys the plate level, why it's so important. We're doing plate level framing construction. Should be in everybody's game box. This here is our 7 to 12 plate level. I want to show you a few things that we have built into this level. What we're trying to do, we're trying to establish a plumb wall, top to bottom, from plate to plate. The bottom plate and the top plate, we want to line up. Two, I'm going to extend my plate level. As you can see, we have numbers on both sides. What this allows me to do is set the proper height. Place the plate, we're 9'2". I'm going to lock it in at 9'2". And as you lock it, what it does, it puts the proper camber on the stand-up. This way, it's perfectly aligned. As you watch, as I go ahead and plumb up this wall, you see the bottom, the top, are firmly placed on the plate to plate. So now that we've set our plate level and locked it in at a 9'2" wall, top plate to bottom plate, you can see the stand-ups. What the stand-ups do is allow you to go around the stud. So if this level was above exactly where we had it start, the stand-ups let you go around it. This way you're never going on the line. You're not putting your left up against the crown or above the stud. It's a great feature and they're removable. There's other systems where they're permanently mounted. It's hard for you to go from a stand-up to a regular plate level or spirit level. So it's an easy on, easy off. I'll show you what that means when I say to go around the swing brace. Let's take a look at that. So here you can show what the swing brace is. What you can see is to stop the wall from racking, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and set one of these swing braces. We'll get this panel squared up on the ground. Of course, it's an interior partition wall. It's not cheap. The reason being, we have mechanical trades, electrician, plumber. Everybody's got to go. So we don't have that option. So we got to put these swing braces on because we can't put our sheathing on. So here you go. Now you can see how the plate level works. And those stand-ups on them. The other thing what you want to do is look at our vial placement. It's pretty quite at eye height, so we can check that. Great durability, easy to read. Nice, crisp, clean vials. What's unique about all Stabila Levels is our bonding system. The monolithic block that secures those vials ensure that you're going to have accuracy for life. These are permanently bonded to the frame itself. This is going to avoid any stripping on a job site. We know there's going to be a few slip-ups. If you're done doing your tall walls, all the extension are back down. They're definitely to slide down a wall. It's not going to break. It's going to be okay. Thanks, guys. Rich Morrison.
Hey guys, welcome back. So that goes through the plate levels. What we're going to move on to now is the layout station. So that is.
Hey guys, Rich Morrison, Stabila, back in our hospital. This should be other big tool. It's our calculator, our product PG.
Sorry about that. That is a video that will come a little bit later. So we're going to go through our layout station. So this is a product that's available at Canadian Equipment Outfitters. And again, it's another really difficult one to try to show you through the webcam. But this tool here is specifically designed for doing layouts. It's got servo-controlled motors, and it operates off of a D-cell battery platform. So I'm just going to show you that there. So it's 4 D-cell batteries, nothing proprietary there. You can get a charging system for it if you want to go with a rechargeable battery system. But what this product does is it generates, and it'll be easy to show when I load in the video, curtain walls of laser that are affixed, and they actually will auto-align with the receiver. So this product can also be used for 180-degree grading purposes. It does generate a gradable line, and you can pick that up with the receiver. The receivers can be read both front and back for easy read. So if you're behind the receiver, you can see what's going on, or if you've got it mounted onto a grade rod, you can stand behind that and see what's going on as well. So with this receiver, it's going to have an auto-align feature that allows you, once you've set up your LA180 layout station, you've got a plumb dot that's going to drop down. That's going to be your first reference point. From there, the curtain walls of laser shoot out, completely enveloping that complete axis, and then you've got another one coming off at a perfect 90. So you can start walking out, finding your second reference point, and this will actually auto-align. And you'll see that in the video. Accurate over 100 feet, you're looking at an accuracy of 1/8 of an inch for straightness. So highly accurate. You can go up to 300 feet when you get into the manual mode. If you want to use the remote feature, about 120 feet. And you can use this indoors or outdoors. You are not going to need to see it. Once you've got it locked on, this becomes a receiver where you can walk around and you can pick that line up and transfer measurements along the way. So that is the layout laser. I've got a good video that's going to show you how that one works. So we're going to visit Rich Morris yet again on a job site so you guys can see how this layout laser works. I am going to mention quick that there's also form board attachments. So if you want to use this laser to lay out your forms and pour your concrete, that is absolutely available to you as well. So let's visit Rich on a job site and see what's going on with the layout station. Bear with me here while I figure out why this is not loading. If it won't load, we will just move on to another video. There we go. Okay, perfect, guys. Welcome back. So that gives you a little bit of an outline as I draw a couple levels to move a few of these out of my way so I don't do that again. That gives you a little bit of an idea of how useful the layout station can be on a job site and how much time savings and how accurate you can be with a product like that. I want to take this opportunity to mention that the Stabila products come with a 2-year warranty on all the laser products that we're going to talk about today. I'm going to sneak in because I'm getting a little tight on time here, some of our personal lasers, and then I'm going to switch focus to another one of our large rotational lasers, the LAR 350, which I definitely want to get covered off in this show because I think a lot of you customers out there are going to be interested in a product like that if you're not already aware of it. So I'm going to briefly come through the range of personal lasers that we've got, and we'll start real quick with the FLS 90. This is a very simple laser, and what this is going to do is it's just going to generate a 90-degree line utilized primarily when doing flooring. So it's actually got a base on it that will grasp, excuse my catalog as a bit of a reference, it'll grasp a positive lock on the edge of something square, so let's say a tile, and as you generate it out, probably can't see it on there, but it's going to generate 2 laser lines that will allow you to keep your outlines and whatnot going straight. So that's the first in our range. The second, I've got a video for, may not be able to get to it, is the LAX50G. So this is a renovator's laser. It's an interior laser. It's a green beam technology that's going on with this unit here. So you can see the crosshairs just behind me there. And it comes with the pole. That's a friction mount pole that'll go to 9 foot 6 inches. You can see I've got it installed. It's just an 8-foot ceiling in here right now. But you can detach this laser and you can mount that pretty much anywhere, and it's going to give you a plumb and a level line reference. So whether you're hanging cabinets or door frames, wainscoting and millwork, things of that nature, a product like that would be ideal. So I'm not sure if CEO still has some stock of that, but they could certainly get some. We're going to skip now to do very similar looking lasers, and these are 2 of our more popular models. One is a 5-point layout laser. The other one is a green beam line generator, so kind of similar in style to the MAX50. I'm going to get that on there, and you can probably see a little bit of it in the background behind me there. That is a black wall, so it's difficult to see, but this is a self-leveling laser. You can see when you get it outside at 5 degrees, the beams will blink. That'll let you know that you've got to adjust it, but when you're within level, it'll self-level. So you can see the pendulum is kind of moving around there right now. I'm going to turn this off for a moment just so I can discuss it a little bit more and bring it a little bit closer to the camera. So this laser here operates off of a AA battery platform. You need about 20 hours of runtime on these. If you want to extend the runtime, I'll turn this back on for a moment. Try not to shine it right into the camera. You can adjust to having just the plumb line, or you can switch to just having the level line, or you can have both. Both diodes going at once, that's going to generate, more electrical use, so the batteries won't last quite as long. Another cool thing about this one here, it's going to turn it off, and you can actually lock it in place. So I want to get the dot. So you can see the dot that's just above the B in Stabila there, hopefully. That's one of 2 plumb dots. The other one shoots out the bottom. You can probably see it on the screen right there right now. That'll allow you to transfer measurements from ceiling to floor if you're doing pot lights or anything of that nature. So these are German-made pendulums designed to be as accurate as any other Stabila product. You've got replaceable lenses, so you can do a little bit of repair on these. Unfortunately, with personal lasers, you cannot recalibrate them. So they are recalibrated. They're not recalibrated. They're set at the factory, so you got to be a little bit careful. You don't want to drop these, or otherwise you will damage them. But we can replace the lenses and the glass in these should that happen to get scratched or broken. For travel purposes, you also turn them around. That'll help protect the lensing on it. I want to draw attention to the base on this unit. I don't know if you can see it on, I'll bring it up a little closer. So this is actually base that will allow you
to use it to plumb a wall. So that was the bottom plate of a wall. Turn it kind of that way. It'll allow you to butt right up against it. And what that's going to do is it's going to split the bottom plumb dot, and your top plumb dot's going to generate out to a fairly substantial length, which will allow you to hoist your wall into place and plumb up a tall wall. Kind of in the same way that the spirit level product that we looked at previously, the plate level will work. And then we also have a very similar looking model. So same idea, except this is a line generator. So you've got plumb dot top, plumb dot bottom, dots coming out the other three sides. So it's 5 points for doing layouts. Again, it's green beam technology. These are ideal for indoor use. With this one here, you might be able to see it a little bit outside. On a really sunny day, it's going to become difficult, but you can use some of the targeting plates. I don't know that I've got any of them here yet. I have one here. So the targeting plates will make it easier to see. It will become more visible. They're sold with nylon, ballistic nylon bags. They also come with metal mounting plates. So if you want to use this for something like a T-bar ceiling, you can easily mount this in a number of different ways, and then you can mount that against the wall, or you can just use those neodymium magnets to mount against something that's steel and give you that reference point. So that is two of our more popular personal lasers. I'm going to get that out of the way. And then another really cool one that I want to show you quick before we get into the LAR 350, we'll see if this will show up. I may have to lift this up a little bit, is our LAX 400. So let me turn this around. So it's really close in here, but and it's also not level. You can see it's blinking, but hopefully, let's just get that over a little bit more. You can see that it actually generates a full rotation self-leveling laser, and then you've got two plumb lasers that actually intersect up at the top. And this one comes with the ability to do really fine-tune adjustments. So you'll see, I'll stop for a moment where you can see where that is on that eye of Stabila. I can dial that over just with this little wheel. So you can really dial it in for fine tuning. So that's a great laser. You can actually add a receiver to if you wish, but ideal for indoor application. Again, full rotation, two plumb lines available with it. And again, this is a battery platform that works off AA. So you have 4 AA batteries. These come with a blow molded case. So how are we doing on time? Boy, I told you I was going to be long-winded. We're going to jump into the LAR 350, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually load up Rich Morris's site video for the LAR 350, just because there's a lot of features that I won't be able to show you. I'll sneak in a quick coverage of it, just so you can see it here. So this is one of the most durable lasers you're ever going to see, and this is a dual slope version that we've got. And it has an X and Y axis that's actually able to be remote controlled up to 60 feet away. If in the event you just want a straight grading laser, you don't want the slope feature, you can just remove the remote, hit the button, now you've got that receiver. This thing is shock proof. It'll take up to a 6-foot fall. You can see the housing on this is very durable and shock resistant. It's also waterproof and dust proof. You can leave this out on the tripod on a job site during a thunderstorm. It's not going to damage the product at all. And it's sold as a kit. So you're going to get it in case, laser, receiver. The receiver is IP67. It's dust proof, and you can actually submerge it. Not that you want to take it diving with you, but it's submersible up to 10 feet, waterproof that way. You also get the grade rod and the tripod. So it's pretty much everything that you need to do grading applications. It also has the cool benefit of being able to be used as a layout laser as well. If anybody is ever interested, I can certainly walk somebody through on site. I cover off northern and eastern Ontario. We've also got a rep that covers south and western Ontario. So we're here to support you guys if you're interested. I'm going to load up Rich Morris's video right now. And I hope you've enjoyed the Stabila presentation. I probably won't have much time left once this is done. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time to come out today or stay at home today. Thank you for that. And get some of the product information that we're making available to you. If you guys have any questions, you can certainly reach out to the team at CEO and they can get in contact with me. And again, I really appreciate you guys joining me. Thank you very much.
Hey guys, so how the rate run actually works. We have on the side. And if you zero it out, as we want to the foundation, our contact receiver, has a built-in fractional scale. It will tell us within a fraction of an inch if we're high or low. Built-in we're adding fill or taking out fill. That this plus or minuses are. If we want to remove soil, you put up the minus, take it out, and you get your elevation. You want to add it, you can put the scale on it down. I'm just zero the rock now. I'm going to bring it to zero, lock it in here. Then from the top of this receiver mark down to the bottom, tell me what my actual elevation is. What this will actually do is tell us how high we are from the ledge to our elevation, overall dimension. So what we're doing now is I'm going to check the top of the wall for our actual height. When our place will know we have to shoot up any fast spots. So here we go, let's get started. What's unique about the ground is we're shooting rates. Other than the training and operation, it's actually getting people have a little bubble of our grade line. Lets you know that you're actually holding it in the lumbar palm position on one spot. That's our zero code. I can turn this in one spot. Right now, I'm at zero. When you look at the front of the receiver, it's going to show you those fractions of an inch. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to come out to this outside corner and our motor control. As you notice in this figure, it's showing us how much we're high or low. What it's giving us a reading, it's telling us we're 3/16 of an inch low. Let's go check another spot. 16th of an inch. What that corner is the buildup, the concrete in the outside corner, when he's coming out. And if you check the top of the foundation, both of these grains, are actually keyed in. That kind of gives you a determination. When you see those are slopped over, chances are you're going to be high. Some guys like to just cover the top of the concrete, skin that grade nail. Let's check it again in another spot. Perfect zero.